This is the 2026 Honda CRV Hybrid Sport. Is it still a great hybrid crossover option? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're at Holmes Honda in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're going to go over the particulars on this CRV. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. And there are some changes to talk about. We're going to focus on the interior changes because that's where the most important changes are as far as this model year goes. The exterior color is radiant red and it has a black interior. Now you have a couple of options here. Standard will be front wheel drive. However, you do have optional all-wheel drive. There are trim levels that come standard with all-wheel drive. It just depends on what you go with. LED headlights and LED daytime running lights, also LED turn signals here on the front end. One thing that I was hoping Honda would change with this mid-cycle refresh based on a lot of your requests, or maybe I should say add, was fog lights, but that did not happen. Tell me what you think about that down in the comment section. One thing I definitely have to give a thumbs up to, however, is that you don't have a lot of gloss finish, not only here on the front end, but all the way around the exterior. You do have a little bit of gloss on the surround right here in this area, but for the most part, it's a matte finish, a couple of different colors there. We will find gloss with the front grille, the nice large Honda logo, and you will find a lot of great safety features here. Standard across all trim levels of the CRV will be Honda Sensing. That's adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation braking, lane keeping assist, road departure mitigation, and traffic jam assist. We'll find 18-inch wheels. That we'll find gloss black mirror caps with our manually folding. That's the only thing that's missing here. They're not power folding, but manually folding side view mirrors. Turn signal indicators built in. They're heated, they're power adjustable, and you have your blind spot monitoring built in. And here is your remote, lock, unlock, remote start, and you have your panic button right there. You can see the roof rails up top. Now we will find a sunroof, but it is a conventional size sunroof, shark fin antenna. We have the rear roof spoiler here to finish things off. And our LED tail lights. You'll find the CRV hybrid logo right here, CRV and hybrid logo, as well as your sport logo. But overall, a very clean look here on the rear. If you're looking for the most power and torque when it comes to the CRV, you definitely need to go hybrid. So what we're going to have here is a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder paired with dual electric motors. All of that combined puts out 204 horsepower and 247 pounds-feet of torque, mated to an eCVT. And being that this is a hybrid model, what are the gas mileage numbers going to be? Estimated at 43 city, 36 highway, 40 combined, and 2.5 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. This model will come with a 14-gallon gas tank, and being that this is the front-wheel drive version, on a single tank of gas in the city, you should be able to drive about 602 miles. Out on the highway, that number goes down to 504 miles. Depending on whether or not you have these seat backs in their upright position or folded flat, as you see right here. Cargo capacity will range between 36.6 up to 76.5 cubic feet. You will also find cargo area lighting on each side and a 12-volt power outlet here in the rear area for connectivity. The one thing that's missing, this is not terribly uncommon with a hybrid model, whether it's a sedan or an SUV, is a spare tire. It does come with a tire repair kit. Tell Honda down in the comments if you would prefer to have a spare tire as standard and be able to opt out on the spare tire as an option as opposed to the way that things currently are. I'm always curious to know what you think about that. What are your thoughts where that subject is concerned? For an SUV of this size, the CRV offers a reasonable amount of space for rear seat passengers. A nice amount of space on the armrest. It is comfortable, nice padding built in right there. We'll have our contrast stitching and the door bin. And a popular question that many have, do the rear seat backs recline? You can see that they do indeed recline. In fact, there are actually several different positions where you can set these seat backs. This is a cloth interior. We'll hop inside. You have your rear seat pocket only on the passenger seat. But For those that are looking to check off a couple of important boxes, well, you can do that here. Number one, you have rear air conditioning vents. Number two, you have USB connectivity for your rear seat passengers. And something that I think is a very nice feature is the way this fold-down armrest is designed as far as the layout for the cup holders. Why is that? When there's a cup in each cup holder or a bottle, you can still use this area as an armrest as opposed to having the typical parallel cup holders right here. When they're vertical like this, it's more usable. The sticker price is $37,480. Let's see what else you get for that price. And we'll take a look at the sunroof from the inside. You know that it's here because I told you about it earlier. And it does tilt and slide open via the control right here. We'll find our sunglass holder for convenience, and then some of your other options up here as far as what you have with your upper console. The passenger seat is going to be manually adjustable. The driver's seat is power adjustable with lumbar support, and both have 3 stages of heat. We'll find our glove box with plenty of space within. You can also see the bag right there. That is where your wheel lock key is located. And we'll find larger armrests and door bins here in the front seat area. As we work our way over here to the driver's side door, we control our side view mirrors here. Lock and unlock your windows. One touch down, one touch up for your front windows, but you will have to hold that button down to lower and raise the rear windows on the side doors. And we will also find our lever right here that allows us to adjust the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. Everything for adaptive cruise control is here. And then your controls for managing the driver's display. Now, one thing that is different for 2026 is going to be what we see right here. Your power flow meter no longer on the center screen. Now, that is unless you go hybrid sport touring. That will be the only trim level that has the 9-inch touchscreen that we've seen since 2023. All others will have this screen. A little bit of a different look. It is 9 inches in size. We'll get back to that in just a minute, but I did want to show you some of the different features and functionality here. Just running through things with the scroll wheel right there. If I want to select something, I push on the scroll wheel. We can push the home button to go back. Pretty easy to figure out. And everything over here for your front and rear window wipers. And you manage your exterior lighting here, and also those hard to often figure out turn signal indicators. You also will use your blinkers with this lever right here, or turn signal indicators. Now, one of the big changes for 2026 is the standardization of the 9-inch touchscreen. Now, it does have a different look from what we've seen in the past, unless, as I said earlier, you go with the top trim level, the Hybrid Sport Touring. A little bit more simplified, but still a lot of great features and functionality. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can wirelessly pair your smartphone. This is all going to be standard on all CRV models, whether you go hybrid or non-hybrid. And we'll still have the multi-view rear view camera, the nice bright trajectory lines right there. Wouldn't it be nice to see all of the different camera views available on the CRV that are available on some of the other Honda models as far as your front view camera and your side view mirror cameras. We will find our dual zone climate control here. Everything for adjusting temperature and fan speed. Pretty easy to figure out. And as I told you earlier, there is the 3 stages of heated seat for the driver's side. Here's something else that is going to be standard across all trim levels, a wireless charging pad. What do you think about that? I know a lot of you have asked about that. Honda listened to your requests and made it happen. We're going to find our USB ports and 12-volt power outlet, a couple of 12-volt power outlets here. Here's our drive mode selector. Let's take a look at what those drive modes are. Your standard driving mode is normal. Personally, if you went into sport mode, for example, and you turn the ignition off, I would like to see this CRV stay in sport mode when you turn the ignition back on. However, it goes back to normal. Tell Honda in the comments about that. They might make that change in the future as well. You can see you also have Econ and Snow mode. So those are going to be your 4 driving mode options. There's your hill descent control, and you also have your conventional style shifter here, something I know a lot of you like, as opposed to the push button shifter. We will also have our parking brake, our power parking brake, and brake hold mode right there, cup holders, and the center console that offers a reasonable amount of space for this particular SUV and its size. The CRV has a comfortable ride quality, and while I've had people tell me that a cloth interior is outdated, it is comfortable. And based on my short time, I don't usually have a lot of time to drive these vehicles on the test drives, just a few minutes, but based on what I'm experiencing here, I would say you likely could be very comfortable for a long period of time if you took a long road trip. The driver's seat is very comfortable. And I don't know if I said this earlier in the video. I mentioned the fact that the passenger seat is manually adjustable, the driver's seat is power adjustable, and has lumbar support, something that I know is very important to a lot of you because you ask about that in the comments. If I forget to mention it, or you wonder if it's on the passenger side, obviously is not in this case because of the fact that it's manually adjustable. But with the adjustability built in between the driver's seat and the steering wheel, you really have a lot of adjustability for configuring things for drivers of all heights, whether they're really tall or not so tall. They will be able to configure everything here and set everything to where they are nice and comfortable, and it will not be a problem. Easy to see out of. You do have your blind spot monitoring and all of those great safety features that come as a part of Honda Sensing. If I didn't mention it earlier, Honda Sensing is standard across every trim level, whether you're hybrid or going non-hybrid with the CRV. So that's going to be nice to have. And easy to learn technology. That's something I really like. That's always been the case with Honda, no matter whether it was the now former 7-inch touchscreen that was available in these CRVs at one point, or the standard across all trim levels 9-inch touchscreens. Pretty minimalistic, but if you're that person saying, Tom, I'm going hybrid sport touring and I haven't seen the screen you're talking about, I do have videos on that if you want to see them, whether it's the 25 or 2026 model of that particular trim level. But it's very easy to learn and use. That goes without saying. I feel like if I can learn it, anybody can learn it. It's not complicated. Everything is easy to get to, easy to reach, depending on the drive mode that you're in. I've been driving in sport mode, or excuse me, in normal mode. I'm going to switch over here, although I don't have a great place to test it very much. Let's see if I can tell a difference going into sport mode. Yeah, you can tell a little bit of a difference. You can tell everything is a little bit more freed up as far as the engine and transmission go. It's going to allow the RPMs to raise faster. It doesn't really make a massive difference, but you will notice that you can accelerate a little bit quicker. That's always a good thing for those who need that extra power. 204 horsepower may not seem like a lot, but this is not a super heavy vehicle, so the power to weight ratio is good. But overall, the CRV comes in as a well-priced, well-optioned vehicle, depending on trim level. And for those that say, you know what, I don't want a hybrid powertrain. Now, the difference in going hybrid and non-hybrid is going to be that you will have a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder if you do not go with a hybrid model as what we have here today. And it does make a little bit less horsepower, 190 horsepower compared to 204. The big difference will be on the torque. With the hybrid version, you have 247 pounds-feet of torque. If you go non-hybrid, that number drops to 179. And there it is, the 2026 Honda CRV Hybrid Sport. Is it still a great hybrid crossover option? Tell me down in the comments what you think, but I'll say it is. Based on the fact that Honda has added a few things that I know a lot of you asked for in the past. Now, they did not add one of those things, which was the fog lights that I know a lot of you have been asking for. So we'll just have to see what that brings in the future. I would like to say a special thanks to my friends at Holmes Honda for loaning me this CRV for the day so I could tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe and share this video on your timelines on social media, as that is greatly appreciated. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.